Hi, welcome to Watch Talk Across the Pond. I am Dean from One to Watch, and we've got Abdul from Abdul Watches. Hi, Abdul.
Everybody.
And we've got Bill from Not a Watch Snob. Hi, Bill.
Hey,
So, Abdul, what were you talking about today?
So today we have a very interesting topic, grail watches and their attainable alternatives. So what kind of watches do you have today, guys?
Are we doing a wrist check?
As you like. Why not?
Yeah, quick wrist check. Shall I quickly go? So, what do you think I've gotten today, guys?
the Gunjo.
Genza?
Gunzo.
The Kinza. No, I've changed it because I've made my video. The video's out there, and after 3 weeks of on the wrist, pretty slow, time for change. So I've got the Boulder Venture Sandstorm on. It's quite summery, so it's a nice white dial. And I've actually got a Boulder strap on, which is very summery, the sort of colour of trousers, which you sort of wear on a nice summer's day. Khaki. Nice. So yeah, that's my wrist check today. What have you got, Abdul?
I have my Eredor Genève. It's a bicompass chronograph from the 50s. I really like it, but I've been wearing it since a couple of weeks now. I thought, why not get it out and wear it?
Oh, too right. I really like that. It's just my type of thing. That, especially with like a chronograph in gold, just like that. Maybe that sort of beautiful. Bill, what have you got on your wrist?
I'm wearing the Era Hyperion.
Oh yeah,
that's really cool one. I saw your video of it. I guess it was really nice.
Yeah, it's a fun watch.
It's a bit like the one we're looking at the other week, the
Freak.
The Freak, isn't it?
A little bit,
fantastic
wandering
watch.
hour.
Don't ever sell that. Keep it. That is.
I know, it's cool.
Fantastic. That is so cool. Definitely. Right. So, who wants to go first? Should we just do one at a time with? Because I think we've all got 3 or 4 of our sort of dream watches. So, Bill, go on. You start us off. What have you got? What's your first choice?
Obviously, the Submariner. How many lookalikes? How many clones? I mean, that's like a grail watch for everybody, right?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't
Not for me.
personally go for one. I wouldn't go for one at all.
Really?
I had the
not
chance
at
to
all.
buy it for 4,000 euros and I didn't buy it back in
buy
the
it.
A
days.
Rolex Submariner? Everyone wants
I bought the new Tudor instead, the Tudor Black Bay.
I would flip it. Just connection to last week's topic. If you gave me one, I would flip it straight away. I guarantee it. I wouldn't want. I'd put it on the wrist just to have a little play with it for about 20 minutes. But yeah, doesn't the look of it doesn't do anything at all for me. It's very plain. Hasn't really got much going on. And like a lot of people have got them, and very overrated, I think.
You think so?
I think the Amiga professional, for any professional, is much better looking watch than
the Seamaster. I hate the look of the Seamaster.
Oh, do you? I really like
that.
That.
Because of the helium valve. It just I hate this crown on the other side. Like why?
Useful
why?
Though the helium valve. If you are going down a long way.
If you go diving more than 200
really
meters, who goes diving with these watches? 99% of the people that buy it, you don't need a helium escape valve. You don't need a helium valve.
True. Yeah.
Why put it there? It just takes out of the symmetry. Other than that, it's a really nice watch. Really nice.
I like
watch.
the Aqua Terra.
I love the Aqua Terra.
Nice,
I love the Aqua Terra. Really nice watch. It's like the Datejust of Omega. Like does everything.
Yeah, nice. You can have an helium escape valve like my Boulder Odyssey is got an helium escape valve, but it's not like doesn't stick out.
You have like the how do you call it, the Sea Dweller? The Sea Dweller has a Pelicos.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think that's a better idea.
That's much better idea. Much better.
Still,
if you want to put a helium,
like the Seamaster, and I've come close to buying one in the last couple of days, and now you put me off. It's probably a good.
You were gonna buy a Seamaster?
It's going up. It's going up in price. If you can get one with a good price,
I can get one for just over 3,000. That's 3 months old.
That's really nice.
Dean's best,
really nice.
Most luxury watch you've ever gotten. That's a big.
It will be, and it's the grey one. You know the grey dial with the blue bezel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the one I really like. It's 3 months old.
Dude.
But the only problem is it's not on the bracelet, it's on the rubber. And it's got
Rubber,
a bracelet, but
yeah.
it's not the proper bracelet.
The
It's
proper
Get a fake
bracelet, yeah.
bracelet. Who cares?
I love the rubber bracelet of Omega, to be honest.
Yeah,
More than the bracelet.
you'd
The
go
rubber
with
is.
the rubber.
I would go
with
with the blue one. Yeah, I would go with the blue rubber because
Dean,
it's
you
so
should-
about that
comfortable.
one.
It's
I
so
want to.
comfortable.
You should vlog it. I wish I was in England. I'd fucking come and videotape you buying it and trying it out and going to the dealer.
Well, I've got to bleep that out for my podcast listeners.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sure they
so
could cope
sorry.
with. I'm sure they could cope with a bit of American slang.
Dude, yeah, that's not American. That's French.
Cool. Okay, Abdul, go on. You go.
I'll share
first
my
choice?
screen and show you what kind of Grail watch I have.
Describe
Ooh,
it. Oh God, I had that one on and took it off. I had that one on a few minutes ago and changed it to another one. So
that's my number one Grail watch since I don't know how long.
Can you tell us about it for the podcast listeners?
Yeah, it's Elange and Zone Zeitwerk. It's the reference 140029. So it was the second reference after the 2009 one. I really like the model with the white, gold, and black. So it's the white gold configuration with the black. Yeah, they have a lot of other configurations. So basically, you have time telling in an analog manner. So you have the hours on the left-hand side.
Oh, shit.
The minutes on the right-hand side. And you have the seconds in the middle. And of course, at the 12 o'clock, you have the power reserve.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and and I saw it in like real life. I saw the gong version. The gong version, of course, is not even on my list because it's too unrealistic for me to think about as a Grail watch because it's 500,000 euros. This one is like 100,000 euros.
Yeah,
and you can buy it for
nothing.
70 maybe. No, it's a lot of money.
I was looking at it a few minutes ago and it was 70,000 when I was looking, I think.
Yeah, the used one. The used one is 70, around 70.
Was it used? Okay.
Mm-hmm. The new ones are like 100 and they have like a new one, but I like this model. Like so I like this model.
Do they not gain much value comparatively to
they actually lose a bit of value, you know. They lose a bit of value. Like that's why I have two alternatives for it. Like my first alternative is this one. That's the IWC Paul Weber edition. And it's basically you have also hours, minutes, same tech behind it. Also fantastic looking movement, amazing brand IWC as well. And it's around 25,000 euros. So it's definitely not in the 100,000 or the up from 50,000, which would be a bit hard. So 25 still is unattainable, and that's why I thought, okay, the third option would be this one. That's the Reservoir Blackfin. So basically a dive watch with a retrograde minutes. So the minutes move from 0 to 60 and then jump back to 0 and jumping hour at the 6 o'clock. And they even integrated the bezel action to have a retrograde action. So wherever you move the bezel, you can use it according to the minutes down. And you have here the power reserve at the 6 o'clock. A pretty cool watch. And for only 4,300, you get a watch that gives you this and look at the loom. It's really nice loom as well.
I've seen you've discussed this with me before, actually. I do like this one. Yeah, the loom's great on it. Yeah.
Hey, while you're buying yourself a $100,000 watch, I don't think 4,000 would be that bad. You want to get me that one?
Yeah, exactly right.
Very nice.
That's why I put the three behind each other because like, the Zeitwerk is like, okay, if I became a multimillionaire, that's the first watch I'm buying.
Love it.
Like that's the number one. No cars. I don't have a car until now, but for me, watches is the thing.
Now it's funny. ICW is such a sleeper. Like I saw one for the first time in public, like yesterday, and it was like, whoa! I was not expecting it. You know.
There we go, guys. So I'd pick the same as Abdul, but then I thought the only thing is, I think they like the sort of the technicality of it and everything else, but I wasn't sure fully about the look. But I think this is I'd probably go for something like this one. And I think also looking at this, what is interesting is the fact that the calendar bit is upside down there, so that must spin round. So I think that does turn round rather than the indicator go round.
Exactly.
You've got the moon phase. You've got the nice big date. You've got the day. And these are interesting the way that they've done these. And then you've got this. I'm not so keen on Roman numerals, but having said that, it seems to work with the watch. I like the fact that it's sort of that yellow gold and it's got the nice brown strap with the matching stitching. And I just think that's a really nice watch. That's really smart as well. And it's got some nice complications really well made. So,
And how do you say this brand again? How do you say it?
Elange and Zone.
Elang and Zona. Okay.
Yeah, nice. Probably good German
Beautiful
brand
watch. Beautiful watch.
I'd go with that. So almost went with the same as Abdul there, interestingly. Yeah. So back around to Bill. What's your second one, Bill?
Dude, I did not come prepared, to be honest with you. I was working on my car.
Flag it.
No worries. I can share my screen for the next
means.
one.
By all means.
This is the number 2 Grail watch in my selection.
I like people.
Patek Philippe annual calendar chronograph 596P. P is for platinum, and it's one of the only watches or the less watches in the Patek catalog that is not overpriced for what it is. Of course, it's like $57,000 used. New is like 80. But for the money, if you're buying like a Nautilus for 100K, then you definitely are crazy not buying this one. It's like almost a grand complication. You have the chronograph and you have an annual calendar. Yeah, the last sticker price was
nice in blue,
95,000. So if you're buying it used for 57, that means you're saving up like 40,000, which is not something that you find so often these days.
And the state tax is 6.29%, so I'm fucked.
That looks really nice in blue.
Yeah,
sunburst blue, and with the grey. The grey works really well.
And it has the chronograph here at 6 o'clock. Like it has the aperture windows for the annual calendar, and it has the chronograph here. Like you have a 12-hour chronograph in concentric circles. So you have the minutes, the central seconds, and then the hours.
I like that. Yeah, I've seen that before, but not quite like that, where you have the minutes and hours in the same place. I've seen that before, but not quite done like that. And I like the size of it. It's big. That subdial is you can really see that, can't you?
Yes.
Obviously, Patek Philippe is made for people, older people with who need reading glasses. Not like some of these chronographs. I don't like chronographs when it's got a really small subdial. You can't read it. That's really good.
Exactly.
I think that is a lovely watch.
Very readable.
10 out of 10. Definitely like that one.
Yeah.
Good choice.
And its alternative is this Carl F. Bucherer. So it's around 6,400. So around 10% of the price. You have the bicompass chronograph, which I also like.
Nice.
You have the aperture.
Yeah, I love chronographs. Yeah.
You have the aperture month and date.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is pretty nice as well. Different also, you have the 430 the month, and they have the date under the 12, which looks also pretty nice. And it's from Carl F. Bucherer, so it's not a bad brand at all. And that's like the alternative for the Patek Philippe 5960.
And how much is that one?
6,400.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's really good. Yeah, I look, you've done your homework. I love the way you've got the alternatives as well. Brilliant. Bill, I'll just go back to you because you're not getting much of a share here. What we very quickly stepped in. Why did you like the Submariner? Is it just because it's a sort of iconic?
Well, no, I personally just was. I'll be honest with you. I threw out the only watch I could think of off the cuff. That is People's Grill watch, and you have so many friggin' cheap alternatives. You can get a $30 cheap alternative to a $3,000 cheap alternative. So anything in between. So that's kind of why I went with that. It
could be a little bit of its fault though, in some ways, in the sense that the watches that Abdul's just shown us haven't really got lots of copies because nobody would have to make a decent copy. I can see the Submariner, its simplicity is its strength in many ways, but in some ways it's not because everyone's copied, and in some ways, rather than pay a lot of money for the Submariner, I would just go for one of the not dead copy, but something similar, from another brand that's a sort of black die watch with a black bezel that looks pretty standard.
Yep.
I agree with that. But I don't doubt it. I've not had one in my hand. It's probably a beautiful watch.
It's an amazing watch. It's almost a perfect watch for anybody who's he never had a Submariner on the wrist. It's an amazing watch. But for me, as like you said, Dean, the issue was I was going to buy it like 2016. I was back home in Egypt. on the beach. Like one out of two people are wearing Submariner on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I'm saving up and I'm working hard to buy this watch to feel accomplishment. And then at the end of the day, I'm just one out of two are wearing the same watch.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, and they don't have any variations. Like in the Datejust, at least, if you get like a yellow gold with green dial, then it's different than the guy next to you wearing a Datejust in gray dial, in full gold, in two-tone. So you have a little bit variation. That's why I like the Datejust more than the Submariner. But at the same time, it's like the perfect watch. You can wear it everywhere, anywhere. If you went to Colombia and you got lost in the Amazons and you need somebody to take you home, you just take off your Submariner, give it to somebody. They will give you a plane back home and a couple of, any other watch, they would be like, what is this? Like, exactly. But it's Submariner, it's like Coca-Cola, Pepsi.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a club thing, isn't it? You're in the club, you're on the beach with a Submariner, it's sort of the haves and have-nots. But it's just quite common. It's common because that's quite common.
Yeah.
But I don't doubt it's a really nice watch, So I'd be really interested perhaps to look at one and maybe have one for a little while. But
I thought actually Bill would show us the UN Freak as his great watch.
I didn't choose the Freak
because the Atmos that you have looks like it, right?
The Freak, the one I do have does look like it. Yes.
Yeah.
It looks just like it, but no, the Freak is too much of a dream for me. Like almost like $1 million. I'm like, I can't freaking afford that. I already know where my dreams are.
It's a dream watch. It's not. It's all about.
I know, but
dreaming, not necessarily owning it.
But Abdul was like, this one's more realistic. Like eventually, when I become a multimillionaire, I'm over here like, even if I'm a multimillionaire, I'd be like, do I really want to spend $1 million?
Think of it this way, Bill. If we were art experts, we'd be talking about Van Gogh, but could we go out and buy one? No, but we'd probably say we admire it, and you don't.
I don't even know who Van Gogh is.
You don't need. He's the guy that cuts his ear off. You don't need.
Oh, Van Gogh? Is that how you say it?
Oh yeah, Van Gogh.
Wait, do we say it differently over here?
Oh yeah, you say everything different. You're American.
Van Gogh. Oh shit, I've been saying it wrong for years.
No, it's just you American. You guys say things different and spell things different.
I went to the museum in Amsterdam, and he looks nothing like the friggin' self-portrait. He was a heavy guy. Just looked nothing like him. He looked more like his brother he painted. Thought that was interesting, He must have admired his brother.
There you go. But you admire it. You don't have to own it. So you could have done the Freak. But I'll tell you what. Let's me and Abdul go. Then you could do the Freak, and then
okay.
So I've got a nice connection.
I'll do the Freak for you, Dean.
Let me share my screen because I've got a nice connection here.
Finally.
Hopefully, if I can find the one. No, that's not that one. Aha! It's that. This is the. This, do you know, this one seemed to slip by at Watches and Wonders. Everyone was talking about all the other ones, and yet, to me, this is probably the special watch that Rolex came out with. This is the sort of, I think, is it called the day date? But I think
day date.
But is it not similar to the presidential one as well, or is there a difference?
Yes, it's the same. It's the same watch, but this is
gold.
This is the top of the line. This is the platinum one.
This is platinum, and I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, and you probably mentioned it before. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I think the thing with the platinum is the tooling. You only get a couple of uses, and it's so hard to do. Hardly any brands can actually do that fluted bezel. Until now, it's so hard to do. There's probably only a few brands, and that's real credit to Rolex. That is, I mean, the bracelet on that, the fluted bezel. But the other thing about that one is the color. It's not Tiffany blue. It's like an ice blue.
Ice blue, exactly.
I just think that is an absolute beauty. That is. I mean, think. Just compare that to your Submariner, Bell. Come on, which would you have? Would you have that or the Submariner as a dream watch?
That one. Play the video. I'm so curious to see the video.
Oh, are we supposed to do that? Can we do that license-wise?
Yeah, hit play.
Abdul?
I think we can put the link in the description. Then
we'll put the link in, Bell. We'll put. I think our viewers can probably.
You can play it, and we can put the link in the description. It's not a problem.
I can play it. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no sound, so we can just mirror it.
Oh, exactly.
Beautiful.
I can hear. I'll turn the mic round and turn the volume.
Forged out of platinum. Look at this fluted bezel. It's good. I love that. I mean, look at that secondhand.
Wow. Amazing looking watch. And it's in 40 millimeters, because the one before it was in 41 with a smooth bezel, and it was like fantastic.
Really
this one is just even much better looking. Like for me, the day date is the highest Rolex that you can get, in my opinion. Like nice. I like the Daytona, but for me, like if you want to be like the in guy in Rolex, day date.
I know what I want. I know what my dream watch is.
Abdul, what's the other Rolex that sort of spins around? It's got the most
the Sky Dweller.
The Sky Dweller.
Annual
in
calendar.
fact, I'm surprised that this is the only thing that's trumped it over the Sky Dweller, because I think the Sky Dweller is my favorite Rolex. But I do, having said that, I do like this sort of presidential. But I think this is just special, like ice blue and
special,
the
exactly. It's platinum,
and it didn't get that much of a mention, did it? It seemed to. Everyone was talking about the other ones, but this to me, this is the one, you know. But I suppose do you know what the price is on this one on the website?
I didn't check, but I guess it's like 40, 45, something like this.
Price on application.
Then don't ask. Don't ask.
Bill knows about that with his expensive cars. Price on application.
Yeah, I hate that.
They won't put it on. So
that I think that's the most scummy thing in the world, man.
Me too. I hate that.
It's scummy. I also think hidden fees are scummy as well.
Yeah. You buy something and then we have this fee 12%, 3%. This what?
Yeah,
like 25% extra for nothing.
What the fuck? I'm sorry.
It's hidden cost. They just draw you in, and that's it. So, Ab, do you want to go first, Abdul, and then Bill can tell us his dream watch he suddenly thought of?
I've got a dream watch in my head.
Are you going now? Oh
no, you go, because I got to pull it.
Okay,
Abdul. Yeah.
I'll go with my third one on my number 3 on my list. It might not look that much, but this watch is such a fantastic watch from everything. Grönefeld is one of these independent watchmakers. They actually come from Holland, but they produce in Holland and some stuff in Switzerland. And the whole idea here, you have a constant force movement with a remontoire. The remontoire is like a secondary complication to the spring. So what happens is that the balance wheel gives constant force to the movement, and after each 8 seconds, the rest of the power that was not used is then released on this pulley. So after each 8 seconds, this small 3-part metal circular plate spins around, releasing the energy that was pent up. So the movement would have like a constant force that the seconds has a really smooth movement. And you can see the movement here. It's just amazing.
That looks beautiful. I think I like this constant force keeps it really accurate, doesn't it? Because if the springs really wind up, it's normally pretty accurate. But as the spring gets less power in it, the accuracy goes, but the constant force is keeping that the same throughout. That's good. I like in that color. I also quite like the grey one on the right. I think I like that one as well. Nice.
This one is really nice. The salmon one is really nice. The only thing is that it's around 50,000 euros. 50,000 euros, and it's sold out. So you have to reserve your place on the wish list. And I think the wish list is around 3 to 5 years, something like that. So even if you have 50,000 to pay them now, you would have to wait 3 to 5 years to get one of these watches.
It sounds about the same as a Rolex, actually. I can imagine the watch I just looked at is going to be at least 5 years, isn't it, wait list?
Yeah.
Unless you've got a really good buying history. So I imagine it's pretty similar.
So my alternative for this, because there is no alternative for a remontoire that costs less like a 50K. That's pretty hard to find. So I really like this Garrick. It's a British watch made in Britain. Pretty cool design. They do a lot of handmade stuff, and it's around £7,000 for this handmade watch. It looks really nice in real. Also, one of my friends got it, and you can see the movement. Also, very artisanal. Also, plus 3 seconds doesn't exceed variance of plus 3 seconds, which is pretty like higher than COSC numbers.
Yeah.
And Lane. I couldn't choose between two of them because Lane also is one of these manufacturers that makes really, really nice
It's got a
watches.
micro
Micro rotor, exactly.
They seem to be the in thing at the minute. I like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, yeah. And
That's
you can
nice.
see that a lot of hand finish and hand work here on the dial. Also movement finished in-house. This is around 9,000 francs. So also under the 10,000 barrier.
I take it that the expensive 50,000 was the watch you chose as your actual dream watch choice.
Yes.
Was that hand wind? Was that hand wind? Yeah,
yes,
I thought it was. And your second one was hand wind, and the third one was actually automatic. Then, yeah. Nice, good, well done. Good bit of work there. So, Bill, come on, tell us this dream watch.
All right, you ready?
Yes, he's been preparing it.
Okay, I've been preparing. Yes,
during the meeting.
Sir. Are you ready? Where is it? Share my screen. This beauty right here is my. I'm fucking with you. Rolex Presidential though is really one of my a 1990s Rolex Presidential would be my dream. I want it older. I don't want a newer one. I think it looks
that's very you, Bill. That is
very nice.
Very you.
Very nice.
Right, and it's. I mean, 16,000 is ridiculous, but not completely unobtainable for me. You know, I could if I really hustled, I could probably.
You'd have to wear a big rope chain around your neck though at the same time, Bill.
Big rope chain, this, and I'd have to
open shirt. I
gotta talk like this. What are you talking about, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's very Bill, definitely.
And I found the cheap alternative.
Oh wow!
The Boulevard.
Right. Okay. American brand.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Yep. I wonder if it's gold plated.
Oh, for 3,000 gold plated.
That's 3,000 for gold plated. That's a horrible price.
Yeah.
Is it?
Horrible price.
For plated, it's a lot of money.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
If it was real gold,
but a lot of the Tudor gold are plated and rolled and things, and
gold rolled is different. Plated is you have a very thin layer,
just brushed on, almost like painted on.
Exactly. The other one is you have a thin layer of metal sheet that it's folded on top of it.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Wait, they're folded, Tudor.
Yeah, Tudor. Yeah.
It's me. So. What do you want to do
to make it cheaper?
Now what I've got left is the Grand Seiko Kodo or an IWC chronograph. Which do you want? Which you think?
Both are great watches.
Which one?
Grandy.
The Grand Seiko.
The Grand Seiko.
Sorry.
Oh, you want the Grand Seiko? Okay.
Yeah, that's a real grail watch. I think it was 200,000, something like 100 something.
Discover more. Let's see if we can get a bit. I think there's a bit more of a close up coming up if my bandwidth will allow it with us doing this. Oh, look at that! Look at the movement and all that.
Yeah, it has the same thing that we talked about, the constant force movement. So that's the same one in the.
It is.
Wow.
And when you were just talking about that, that's exactly what I was thinking. It has got the constant force. And then in this tourbillon, there's a second
tourbillon,
hand. So tourbillon, so that's like a second hand as well. But you've got the tourbillon and the constant force thing all happening and balancing it so that it's very accurate and everything.
Can we see the movement? Can we see a video of it? I want to see what this.
You want to see the video? Oh, I see. Okay, we'll try.
I'm very curious to see.
I'll have to turn the volume up, and here we go.
Here's the video
for you. Oops.
Ooh, I kind of like this.
You hear that?
I can hear it.
Yeah, the drums.
Ooh.
Oh, I've seen this before.
I think that's the first Grand Seiko to go to the Credor level, because Credor is the step above Grand Seiko.
Yeah. Really? Is a step above Grand Seiko, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It's so cool, isn't it?
And they're made by who?
Seiko as well. Seiko is Seiko Credor, Grand Seiko, and Seiko. And in the past they have King Seiko. Now I think they're bringing back King Seiko just to fill the gap between Seiko and Grand Seiko as well.
Look how beautiful this is.
Wow.
Grand Seiko. Constant force tourbillon.
It's so cool looking.
Yeah.
What's sad though is you buy that thing, right? for $200,000, and then you're at work and you show your friend and you're like, look how dope this watch is, and they look at it and they go, oh, cool. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's lost on them, isn't it? It's like if you look at a painting with someone and they go, well, I could do something like that. It doesn't matter, does it? It's lost on them, and you have an inward grin, don't you? You know what I mean?
But what's funny is if you show them a Rolex, whatever you call it, a Rolex Submariner, you go, hey, look at this watch.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
There's something to that.
It just says it all, doesn't it? It just says it all.
I have a feeling that, like, my running joke at work is, you know how like rappers will talk about Beamer, Benz, Bentley, and like all those. I go, we need a rapper to talk about Volvo. The second he talks about Volvo, we're gonna be popping brand. Same with Rolex, and think about all those watches that rappers talk about are the ones that people know because it gets to the mainstream. No one's out there going like my A-Lang and Shun. No one's saying that.
Yeah, and you have like brands like Richard Mille that just went up into stratosphere because of their Formula One sponsorship, and
I think that's what it is.
Just giving it to celebrities.
NFL players wearing them on the field.
But Rolex, I mean, they have all the sports people, all the top golf players, tennis players, and things, and a lot of marketing there as well, isn't it? Really. They do make really good watches as well. Unlike I would imagine, Richard Mille aren't so good, but the Rolex are very good watches as well, I think.
I'm gonna make my watch and just give it to all the professionals, or like rising stars. Find someone who's gonna be a professional one day. Just give them my watch and be like, you can't take anyone in sponsorship.
This is the new LeBron James. Wear the watch.
Exactly, and I'll have him sign a contract to say he can't wear any other watch brands.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's all right for him. He gets all the best watches, doesn't he? We're gonna have to pick an overall winner in a minute. So, Abdul, have you got another one?
I actually.
We have 7 minutes, Dean.
Okay.
Yeah. You seemed so nonchalant about that.
It's
Sunday. My screen.
The European time. In America, 7 minutes, we're like, gotta go.
So my last grail is a FP Jour Tourbillon Remontoir d'Égalité. And it's one of these watches that you don't see every day. Or you don't see at all, to be honest. Like I've never saw one in the flesh. Like the other ones I saw in the flesh, at least in an AD or when I was in Basel in the shows and stuff like that. But this is just like a dream of dream watches. You have the mother of pearl dial. Everything is handmade by Francois Paul Journe, the watchmaker.
Everything's handmade by a clam. I'm sorry.
That's really nice,
and you can see like you have here the remontoir of on one side, the small seconds, the power reserve, and the time.
Fly.
Sorry. Just looks such magnificent. Like
nice. And that's all gold, is it?
Yes.
Wow. Are these mechanical parts all in gold as well?
Yes.
Oh wow!
Because gold is anti-magnetic.
Yeah,
it's anti-magnetic. So
I'm gonna have to go out and come back in again. I've got a bloody fly. Sorry, I can't believe it.
And I think this one is like 500,000, something like that. So yeah, not that. That's why it's very low on my list, because even if I became like a multimillionaire, I would get other watches that cost less, that do the same thing that this one.
Well, if you had enough money. Have you heard of this guy called Dufour? I think he's
French. Philippe Dufour,
Oh, did you know when you was in Basel, did you actually see some of his stuff? Because he was there the year you were there, I think.
Yes.
I mean, I was debating whether to choose. One of his is quite a standard looking, but he hand makes every single piece.
Yes.
Every little piece is handmade.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't buy anything. He makes it all from metal, from scratch.
Impressive.
Everything. So I kind of regretted not putting him on in some ways.
Yeah.
But there's a funny thing about Baselworld, because when you went, what was it, Abdul? About 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, and so we both used to be on Snops, but I don't think Abdul. I'd only just come on Snops, and Basel happened soon afterwards, and Abdul was at Basel, and I sent him a message saying, I'll join you at Basel next year. And Abdul must have thought to himself, who the hell's he? You were a bit going, okay. It was really funny.
Yeah, I went the next year also. Like I had like a friend of mine at work and a couple of friends that in the city that also like watches. And I was like, guys, it's just a train ride away from here. Let's jump in the train and
it's
go
all
to
right for you.
Where do
Switzerland.
they have it?
South
Where do
Germany,
In Basel, in Switzerland.
Oh, in Switzerland.
You're South Germany. You know, when you fly back home, do you fly to Switzerland? Do you fly to the airport in Switzerland?
Yeah, Basel
Closest
is
to you.
1 hour 45 minutes with the train from here.
That's not bad.
From my house.
Yeah,
Not bad at all.
I know where you are. Yeah.
The only thing is the Switzerland is really expensive. No, I don't have a car still.
I've climbed in Switzerland. I've been scared stiff in case I had an accident, and it cost a fortune to sort everything out, or
everything costs a lot.
Yeah,
like a McDonald's meal, Big Mac costs like 30 francs.
It's
so
expensive,
30 euros. Yeah, 30 euros, $30 for a Big Mac meal.
Why is it so expensive?
Everybody gets a lot of money.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like you go drink a coffee. Like you drink a coffee in a coffee shop, costs like 10, 12 euros. The server is wearing like a Submariner. The guy in the back taking your money is wearing a Daytona. The other girl that is just cleaning the table wearing a Datejust. For them, like...
I was going to say, Abdul, they pay really well in McDonald's in Switzerland.
Yes.
How do I get in that?
I'm going to get a job at McDonald's in Switzerland. I can get a Daytona if I clean the tables.
The minimum payment, I think, for a job in Switzerland is like 5,400 francs per month. So that's the minimum that you can get.
Get a job. There you go, Bill. There's one for you. McDonald's in Switzerland. You'll be able to have little burgers as well, mate.
So
perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. You get a Daytona. You get your gold president.
Yeah, there you would be able to get it.
Yeah. Be perfect. Shall I go?
Easy.
Shall I go for my last one, guys?
Yes, because we have 2 minutes
where we
left.
are in the grand scheme of it all. Oops. I'll move out of the way. So, there's bloody things in the way here. Maybe it's there. Oh, there you go.
Yes.
I'm not necessarily thinking black. I might possibly black, maybe silver. These seem to be the ones they are. I think this is some sort of tree thing where it's a little bit greeny black, which might work. But I just like a chronograph, and these, and I do like pilot watches, and I think this would be great. We've had all sorts of quite smart watches and things, but when you've got your black leather on and you're just walking down to the pub to meet your mates, I think this is the sort of watch you'd probably want to wear. You probably wouldn't want to wear your Rolex Presidential just to go down the pub with a few mates in your leather, would you? I think this would. I don't know. What do you think, Bill? In America, would the Americans go with that one?
I try to wear a collar shirt wherever I am.
Yeah.
So I try to dress up a little bit.
Yeah. Did the Americans wear leather jackets and put these sort of watches on?
Oh yeah, people dressed up. Is that, I don't know, leather jacket. There's not many leather jacket people around here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, right. In Britain, yeah, you'd put the old black leather on, and you put that on. Yeah, they're really nice. And personally, I do like the chronograph complication. It's you can time things, and it's something to play with. It's some extra buttons to push and play. I think just also you're getting more for your money when you've got a chronograph on your watch, because you've got the actual time, but you've also got the timer, which I think is really useful. So I do like the pilot thing.
IWC makes, in my opinion, the best pilots, and a pilot chronograph from them is definitely a good choice. Like I really like the watch as well. Yeah, it's good woodland. You're right.
Back. Maybe you get display back, but apparently there was a vibe. There was Vibe Watches and Wonders that the IWC. I got a really good setup, and they got all good watches, and everyone was raving about IWC. So I'll just say on the behalf of the three of us, it was a really enjoyable bit of chat there. And we'll see you in the next one.